"What do you mean you're getting a divorce?" That's what I screamed as I punched a hole through my kitchen wall. I thought we'd always be a family, a reality my mother never believed in. I couldn't handle anything at that moment. I jumped in my car and drove away. A ride riddled with more questions than miles. What caused this? Was this my fault? How could my parents come to this decision? My childhood was ripped to pieces. I felt like anything and everything we'd ever done together meant nothing. I had to just stop in a parking lot and think to myself, what will I tell people? What will I tell my friends? I had to tell somebody. This was one issue I couldn't keep bottled up. I called my boyfriend and I asked him, "Can you talk? I'm coming over." I got to his house and started crying to a point I couldn't control the tears streaming down my face. To say I couldn't contain myself would be an understatement. I just couldn't get the words out. When I tried to speak, it was almost like verbal vomit coming out. He may not have known firsthand what I was going through, but without saying a word, he grabbed me and reassured me that everything would be all right. And at that moment, it was all I needed. Staring up the sky in his truck, we talked for what seemed like days. As our conversation continued, more sensible words came out of my mouth, my breathing slowed down, and I became exhausted. I knew at that moment it was the beginning of a new life for me. The decision I would make and the choices I would take would lead me down a path that would end up being the rest of my life. And I told myself that I wouldn't let this drag me down and I would rise up and be better.